On the bench by the Thames in London, the bouquet of flowers has not yet withered, and in front of cameras in China, a face so gaunt it's almost unrecognizable is once again showing viewers what it means to risk your life for a role. On one side, fans worldwide are lighting a spark for Menglong. From the UK and France to Australia, more than 700,000 people have signed their names, as if shouting into the darkness, "We have not forgotten him." At the same time, 5 relationship charts have pulled back the curtain on a sky-reaching capital network behind the case. On the other side, there is Xiao. After divorce, drastic weight loss, and changing the background image of his Yonggwa that had been there for 11 years, he shoved himself into a filming hell like Ningguda, using a 15-gene weight loss to turn the cracks in his life into blades for his character. One is a soul held back by the truth. The other is a man reborn through his roles. Two seemingly unrelated fates are both reminding us of the same thing. Behind the glamorous surface of the entertainment industry, some people are pushed to sink into the deep sea, while others slash their way back to the surface with blood. Today, we'll start from that memorial bench in London, and from that shocking, gaunt face of Xiao. Don't miss the next drop, subscribe and hit the bell. A global relay of love, flowers blooming everywhere. Recently, a netizen in Victoria Embankment Gardens in London, UK, took a photo. A new bench has been set up there, specifically in memory of Menglong. Someone has already placed flowers on the bench. Even more moving is the text on the plaque. In English it reads, "A talented, helpful and passionate artist who inspired countless people." And do you know? It's said that right next to this bench is a memorial bench for Khalil Fong. Khalil Fong is a US-born Hong Kong singer-songwriter and music producer. In 2008 he won the Gold Award for Male Singer at the Ultimate Song Chart Awards presentation, making him the youngest male singer ever to receive that prize. He also won the Golden Melody Award for Best Mandarin Male Singer in Taiwan. He passed away this year on February 21, at the age of 41. Some netizens said, the two of them being in the same park, they must be very happy together there. Seeing this, it really makes people break down in tears in an instant. This memorial event is actually global. Besides the UK, fans in France and Australia are also taking action. In Paris, France, the fundraising has gone very smoothly. If nothing unexpected happens, by March next year, 2026, everyone will be able to see a memorial inscription for Menglong on a bench in the Tuileries Garden next to the Louvre. Fans in Sydney, Australia, are not idle either. They're preparing to place a memorial bench in the Royal Botanic Garden, right next to the Sydney Opera House. It's said that donations have already exceeded 11,000 Australian dollars. Some fans have even called for a memorial to be built in Iceland, because that was one of Menglong's wishes when he was alive. And in Taiwan, fans have paid out of their own pockets to put up large billboards to show their support. What does all this show? It shows that justice lives in people's hearts. In the 70-plus days since Menglong left us, more than 700,000 people worldwide have signed a petition on a vase, demanding justice for him and calling for a comprehensive, independent, and transparent investigation. These 700,000 signatures are 700,000 hearts unwilling to compromise. 5 relationship charts revealing the abyss behind it. Alright, we've finished talking about the warm and emotional part. Now we need to get a bit more hardcore. This is also the main focus of today's video. Although the authorities hurriedly closed the case back in September, calling it an alcohol-related accident and ruling out criminal suspicion, the wave of doubt online has never stopped. Especially recently, the host Lee Dayu from the YouTube channel Dayu's Crash Case publicly released 5 extremely complex relationship charts. These charts are not simple gossip. They attempt to use publicly available business information to piece together a potentially huge dark capital web behind the Menglong case. There's a lot of information here, so sit tight, we'll unpack it one chart at a time. Chart 1, where did the money come from, and where did it go? This first chart mainly reveals the flow of funds. Lee Dayu points out that in the past, the Beijing municipal government invested money into a company called Xihai Xingye. Then that money flowed into companies related to Zhiguangguang. And that's not even the most horrifying part. The chart also shows that funds related to the Belt and Road Initiative are suspected of being connected to telecom fraud groups in Southeast Asia. Here a key term appears, Asia Pacific New City. This place is in Myawaddy, Myanmar. Anyone who follows Southeast Asian news even a little knows exactly what that place implies. The analysis suggests that this Asia-Pacific new city may even be linked to projects involving the municipal government of Xi'an. In other words, this chart is trying to tell us that some seemingly official funds may, after passing through layer upon layer of transfers, ultimately end up entangled with gray, or even black, industries. Chart 2, the entanglement between the entertainment industry and Prince Group. The second chart directly connects the entertainment industry to the notorious Prince Group in Cambodia. The analysis shows that the Prince Group has close financial dealings with government finance systems in many regions of China. Then, through complex capital operations, this line stretches to Hunan Broadcasting System, Mango Excellent Media, and Tianyu Media. Pay attention to these names, don't they sound familiar? Menglong, when he was alive, was an artist under Tianyu Media. This chart also includes specific names, such as Fongli and Tian Herong, who are said to lie within the Prince Group's indirect relationship network. This inevitably raises the question, behind the glamorous facade of the film and television industry, is there another invisible hand manipulating everything? Chart 3, Medical, Beauty, and Microvesicles. This third chart might be the creepiest one. It focuses on a company called Umarin International Group, which promotes so-called microvesicle beauty treatments. Following this line downward, it turns out that Umarin is part of the same business system as Dalian Shirta, related to actress Tian Herong. And on this corporate tree, there is also Dalian Medical University's Biological Plastination Company. When you hear biological plastination and Dalian together, many anti-CCP friends might get a chill in their hearts. And that's still not all. The chart also draws in the second Xiao Hospital of Central South University. This hospital has been involved in controversial reports internationally, including organ-related topics that foreign media have covered extensively. You can look that up yourself, I won't go into detail here to avoid the video being yellow-tagged. But the logical chain implied by this chart is, beauty, medicine, and even darker organ trade may all be connected by some common interest links. Chart 4, the circle of friends of people involved in the case. The fourth chart points more specifically to individuals involved in this case. It shows that in the shareholding structure of Mango Excellent Media, the National Social Security Fund appears in the background. Through Mango, the line extends to a company called Deep Blue Film and TV. And along this line, the names of several people constantly mentioned in relation to the Menglong case appear: Zhou Pin, Du Cheng, and Wu Yaodao. Chart 5, a spider web leading all the way to the top. The final chart summarizes all the threads from the previous four. From the parent company of Mango Excellent Media, Hunan Broadcasting System, tracing downward, you find Tianyu Media. Menglong and Fan Shiqi were both artists there. Then, people associated with Tianyu, such as Yuan Ziwen, Yuan Zihao, and Kai Jiao, are also drawn into the web. The analysis indicates that companies tied to Kai Jiao are connected to individuals like Zhiguang Wang, Shi Tao, and Zhao Maiqi. Most crucially, Beijing Site International Property, associated with Zhiguang Wang, is said to have indirect connections to the Beijing municipal government under Kai Chi's tenure and to Qihai Group. Li Daiyu bluntly states that if you look at the roots of these tangled relationship networks, many of the investors ultimately trace back to the Chinese Communist Party's government, some even directly or indirectly connect to Xi Jinping's close ally Kai Chi. To briefly sum up these 5 charts, this is not just a celebrity's accidental death. In Li Daiyu's analysis, this is a vast dark network spanning film and television, medicine, beauty, state-owned enterprises, and even stretching into Southeast Asian telecom fraud and organ trafficking. Official coldness versus public anger. Faced with so many suspicious points, what is the attitude of the authorities? All along, the Chinese police have stuck to their September conclusion: an accidental fall after drinking, no criminal case involved. Not only that, they've started arresting people. But the ones being arrested are not suspects, they're netizens. According to reports, 3 netizens were detained for posting claims that Menglong was set up and assaulted, hung from a high-rise, or involved in organ-related issues, on the grounds of fabricating and spreading rumors. But can arrests silence public opinion? Obviously not. Online, there's footage circulating which appears to show Menglong being slapped by his agent Du Cheng while he was alive, making countless people furious. Rumors about a 17-person banquet and about confinement and extreme mistreatment are still spreading wildly on the internet. Many netizens commented, "We will remember him forever. As long as the Menglong case is not solved, our voices will never be silenced." Others said, "Meng, rest well. Now it's our turn to stand up and seek justice." This is public sentiment. Right now, the wind by the Thames in London is blowing over that bouquet commemorating him. Meanwhile, deep in the internet, the digging for truth continues. Those 5 relationship charts may not be the final verdict, but they offer a new perspective. Under this vast web, how many lives are still being covered up? How many more dark secrets are hidden? Gaunt and unrecognizable, heartbreak or self-torment? What we just talked about is very heavy, but it had to be said. Next, let's turn our eyes back to the Chinese entertainment scene and talk about another male star who has recently been at the center of public discussion, Xiao. If Menglong's story breaks our hearts, then Xiao's recent condition at first makes people alarmed, but after learning the truth, you'll feel this guy is truly ruthless toward himself. A few days ago, Xiao made a rare public appearance at the launch event for his new drama The Great Businessman. The moment the photos came out, the entire internet exploded. Look at this photo, is this still the ancient costume male god we remember? His cheeks are sunken, cheekbones protruding, his whole face so thin he's almost unrecognizable. Some netizens even said he looks like he aged overnight from 38 to 48, with no light left in his eyes. What's everyone's first reaction? Probably the same as mine, post-divorce after effects. Everyone knows he and Xiao officially announced their divorce this February, ending a 9-year marriage. Compared with Xiao, who's been going to concerts and posting pretty photos, Xiao has been very low profile. So when he appeared like this, people naturally speculated, was the blow too big? Is he still heartbroken? But it turns out we were overthinking it. This isn't a deserted husband collapsing, it's an actor self-tormenting for his craft. His studio's response was very straightforward, the weight losses for the role. For The Great Businessman, Xiao forcibly dropped 15 kg. If you've seen the character setting in the drama, you'll understand why he went this far. Ninguda's hellish survival, not just acting. The drama is called The Great Businessman. The title sounds like a cool commercial story, but the opening is pure hell mode. Xiao plays a character named Gu Pingyuan, a late Qing dynasty scholar who's framed and exiled to Ninguda. Let me explain, Ninguda isn't a tower, it's a border stronghold of the Qing dynasty, located in what is now Heilongjiang. Back then, it was a real hell on earth. There's a saying in old texts, once you reach Ninguda, you won't even fear 10 trips to the underworld. Exiled prisoners had to travel on foot wearing shackles for 4 months to get there. Many froze to death, starved to death, or were eaten by tigers and bears on the way. This drama goes all in, recreating that chaotic, brutal, and primitive environment. Xiao's character, Gu Pingyuan, has to confront people on a frozen river at -20 degrees Celsius right from the start. To show a person who's long-term malnourished, living in harsh conditions, yet still sharp enough to carve out a bloody path in desperate circumstances, he had to be thin, razor thin. Director Zhang Ting said that when he finished writing the script, he only had one name in his mind, Xiao, with no backup candidate. Facts have proved he chose right. The drama was basically airdropped on TV with almost zero pre-launch promotion. Yet just 27 minutes into its first broadcast, ratings had already broken 3%. In this day and age, if you can keep viewers from changing the channel, it's definitely not just because of a handsome face, it's because of the acting. An 11-year late cut, the secret behind a background image. Besides the show itself, there's another recent move from Xiao that I think is especially telling. Right before the new drama aired, sharp-eyed netizens noticed that he finally changed the Weibo background image he had used for 11 years. Old fans all know what that picture was, it was a drawing he did himself of Yanggua, his character from the Condor Heroes. That wasn't just his most iconic role, it was also the drama where he and Xiao fell in love. It was a symbol of their relationship. He didn't change that image when divorce rumors were raging. He didn't change it when the two of them publicly announced their divorce and went their separate ways. But now, he changed it. He switched it to a still from the new drama, showing Gu Pingyuan galloping on horseback. One comment online put it perfectly: this shows his determination to cut ties with the past. After everything that happened in his marriage, he didn't choose to publicly tear things apart in the arena of public opinion. Instead, he quietly told everyone through a change of background image and a new character, the era of Yanggui is over. Now it's the era of Gu Pingyuan. That boy who once drew pictures has grown up into a man who must fight his way through the hellscape of business warfare. Princess Xiao and the Qin Xiao squad. Although today's topics are heavy, let's end this part on a lighter note. With the premiere of this new drama, half of the entertainment circle seems to have come out to support him. Yu Xing, the producer who helped make him famous, publicly cheered him on, saying he hopes Qin Xiao will soar into the sky. The funniest one is Sun Li. Everyone knows they worked together on Nothing Gold Can Stay. Sun Li posted, supporting Princess Xiao's The Great Businessman. So what's with Princess Xiao? It turns out that when they were filming, there was a scene where they had to run away. Qin Xiao ran only a couple of steps before sitting on the ground, clutching his chest and saying he couldn't breathe. In a dancing scene, after just one spin, he fainted. Sun Li teased him, saying he was as delicate as a princess. This playful nickname between friends also indirectly shows that Qin Xiao really goes all in when filming. His physical constitution might not be the strongest, but he's willing to push himself for his roles. This time, to play Qin Shi Huang in his next drama Qin Mystery, he has continued dieting and growing out his hair, playing the first emperor from youth to old age. Ending, a ruthless man who speaks with his work. Honestly, in today's traffic-obsessed era, someone like Qin Xiao, who doesn't milk his divorce for sympathy, doesn't hype his weight loss for clout, and just smashes the audience with his performances, is pretty rare. He shows us that a man's transformation doesn't need long emotional essays on social media. It only takes changing a background image and delivering a role that can stand on its own. Alright, that's all for today. From the unresolved mystery of Yu Menglong, to the comeback and rebirth of Qin Xiao, the joys and sorrows of the entertainment industry often hide real lives we cannot see. What do you think about the Yu Menglong case? Or have you watched Qin Xiao's new drama yet? Feel free to tell me in the comments.